Good morning, traders. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. It's Recap Friday today. I hope you guys are having a good morning. Welcome back. What a week. This week has been pretty insane. From a week of complete, what was it? Let's see, 5th of October. 5th of October, right here. So we went from here to there, to here, and then we broke through all of these key points and consolidated above them, and now we are making higher highs on the Dow Jones, on the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq is on the verge of a breakout. Very interesting. I want to say, looking extremely bullish. I saw a lot of bullish flow as well, betting on, you know, a bunch of different things yesterday. And yeah, we'll see how that continues into the next week. There was also a considerable amount of options flow yesterday on a specific unusual option, which was Apple calls. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see here. These are some Baba golden flow for next year. I want to see if I can find the Apples. The Apple ones were, I believe, under Smart Flow. So next year, January, $140 calls. Those were trading for about $3 a piece. These ones right here, that was almost close to about $2 million worth of those bought. You can see this is about 100K here, and then another 300K here. Another, there's much more than this. More Apple right here, 800K here. That's almost a mil plus. Another 300K here. Another 400K here. All the same strikes. Another 800K here. That's almost more than 2 mil. 3 mil. 3 mil. 4 mil. 4.5 mil, I want to say, altogether. Okay, like $4 million put into these calls. Now, if that isn't something, I don't know what is. But somebody's betting on short-term Apple to spike up, and I think you know, we should. That kind of smart flow is typically the smart flow that I like to watch. Yeah, it's a couple months away. It could be a hedge, whatever. But it also looks like share replacement, or it also looks like, you know, somebody's betting big on Apple iPhone event, which is next week, right? 13th October is, I believe, is the iPhone event. So next Tuesday. Expect the rally from Apple, probably leading up to then. I've also mentioned on a previous live stream, I'm not sure if you guys were here for it, mentioned about how this coming Apple iPhone is going to be a super cycle, especially with the launch of the Apple One bundle, right? Which is you know, their new bundle that they're kind of doing. Apple One, this one, bundling up 6 things together, and you know, the prices of that the price of that and the fluctuations between the prices are going to be really beneficial for their service revenue, right? So let's see here. Yeah, they didn't give us any other information, but this is the event. So yeah, I mean, you know, keep that in mind, okay? Now, this week with CRM has been interesting, right? We started the week over here. We started down here. This is where we started CRM, and this is where we ended. Actually, if we would have trusted our gut with our valuation, we would have made a pretty penny on this from 247 to 264. $20 move is what we got this week. Remember, the intrinsic valuation of this stock is above at $300. So expect a short-term movement here. It looks like a very smooth curling bottom. Inverse head, possible inverse slanted head and shoulder here, right? You can see this is a possible shoulder. This is a head over here. This is a possible slanted shoulder. And we broke above the neckline, so we're going bullish here, right? There's a possibility of that as well. I want to say wait for a retracement here and then get in long. We got rejected at the 61.8, which was a previous resistance here as well on the left side. You can see that this was an important point to get rejected, so we'll see if we can break through it the next time. But yeah, I definitely see a possibility there. So good morning, everybody. Let's get your new tickers votes in. Remember, just so you guys know what we've this, I decided to do something like this so that we know what we've covered in the past, so we don't vote for it again. Here is all the tickers that we have voted for in the past, or we have covered on the stream. Okay, you can vote in the chat by using this format: new ticker with the bracket, and put your ticker there for next week, and the ticker that gets chosen the most is going to get picked for next week's analysis. So far, every single ticker, every single one that we have chosen has rallied. Roku, Intel, Goldman, Boeing, CrowdStrike, which went insane. Starbucks also. ExxonMobil had a little bit of a tough time, but it did rally the week we covered it. Lululemon also had a tough time, but it rallied. Walmart as well. Microsoft as well. Disney as well. Alibaba as well. Baba went nuts. Chipotle sold off, actually. And we were bearish on that one because our intrinsic valuation showed the stock was overvalued. And Caterpillar also rallied. All of these tickers that we chose for the week itself moved. And so I think we're on the right track with picking these tickers. We just need to be a bit more smart with how we are playing them. So I'm going to, create some, maybe change it a little bit the way we're doing it. And instead take some solidified trades from the ideas that we're forming on here so that we can actually make some money together. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? You guys like that idea? Good morning, happy Friday. PepsiCo, Netflix, SNE, UNH, FMCI. Interesting. Okay, lots of different ones here. Remember our criteria for picking these tickers. Market cap has to be over 10 billion. Okay, and also at the same time, the company must have a good amount of past history. Okay. Peloton, HII, Marvel, new ticker AMD or Zoom. Peloton votes twice there. Okay then. I'm going to break down the pre-market while you guys do that. Also, make sure that you drop some ideas for what you want to see on the webinars next week. Next week's webinars are going to be fundamentally styled. Remember, we are doing 1 week fundamentals, next week technicals. 1 week fundamentals, next week technicals. We just did a technical week, so next week's going to be a fundamental week. So yeah, it's going to be definitely an interesting week if you want to participate, all right? Now, also, just a reminder here for folks who haven't seen it yet. Tomorrow, we will be signing up for wave number 10. That's right, you heard me right. Wave number 10 of the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship program. I cannot believe that we have done 1,000 mentees so far, okay? Almost 1,000 successfully educated people coming through our program and succeeding with us. If you have been looking for a fully comprehensive options trading course, your search is over. This is where you want to be. People who have taken the course and are in the chat, they will be able to tell you whether it's worth it or not. And if you're ready to become profitable, come join us tomorrow. Sign up at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday at optionswing.com. It's going to be a 5-day trading course where you learn how to build a systematic trading system, improving your odds of success, and putting capital preservation at the forefront. A huge jam-packed curriculum that will teach you a lot of different things. Live classes every day, 2 weeks access to OptionSwing, one of the best platforms you can ever ask for, with intelligent bots and professional traders who are willing to help and engage every single day. Daily retention quizzes, and all the classes will be recorded and sent to you daily if you can't attend live. Okay. Classes will be Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And so if you join OptionSwing, you get a $80 discount. If you are not an OptionSwing member, you get 2 weeks OptionSwing plus, access to the courses and all of that. So I just want to put that out there. If you don't know about it, tomorrow's the sign up. Make sure you join wave number 10. And yeah, we'll see you there. All right. The spots fill up pretty quickly, so I highly recommend getting in there as soon as you can. Okay. Now, people who are asking me when the intermediate course is. The intermediate course, so tomorrow we sign up for the beginner's course, and then we run the beginner's course, and then we'll have a break, and then the 24th, exactly 2 weeks later, is going to be the sign up for intermediates. All right, so on the 24th of October is the intermediate course signups. All right. All right, I will look at this in a second. RSP, no, I do not use that. I don't have 10 grand to put in, but could I still join? Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to have a specific account size for the mentorship program. We're going to be paper trading together. So yeah, you don't need to have an account at all. Actually, you can paper trade along with me, right? That's one of the beauties of this. It's mostly to teach you how to get aligned with the market. Is the intermediate course separate? Yes, it is separate. Exactly. All right. Okay, so let's have a look here with the news. Remember, we don't follow the news to follow the news. We follow the news to see where investors, well, I'm talking about specifically retail investors are mentally, so that we can kind of take trades against them, right? You remember that, majority of the time this past week, the headlines have been pretty bullish, and so now we're starting to see even more bullish headlines, right? Global stocks heading for best week since July. Markets wrap. Hong Kong stocks sinks 90%. Okay, that one's bearish, but it's for Hong Kong. We don't really care about that market. We're just in the U.S. equities, right? World Food Program wins. Okay, something about Bill Ackman, tycoon running 5. Blah blah blah. Rich Americans protecting their fortunes from a possible Biden win. The funny thing is that the market's actually pricing in a Biden win right now. It's really weird because pot stocks are rallying, and stocks that are just across the board are all favoring Biden's as a pick. But obviously, politically, I don't really care. Just as long as stocks go up, I don't really care which side wins, to be honest. Okay, bullish headlines on Bloomberg. Let's have a look at the Wall Street Journal. Okay. Stocks on course for best week since August. Sounds very bullish. London Exchange sells Italian Exchange for 5.1 billion. Alibaba stock hits record. There was golden flow on this. Almost $2 million put into Alibaba $300 calls for November, and those options are going to be worth at least 10 times now. I definitely played this run up and made a little penny from it, so that was a good trade. We took it together on OptionSwing. The oil market has an aviation problem. This is not wrong. This is fair. Okay. Morgan Stanley to acquire Eaton Vance for $7 billion after completing its brokerage acquisition of E-Trade. Okay. Occidental. Interesting. Well, if headlines are all positive and extremely bullish, then you know what we have to do, right? All right, let me read some of these comments here. Good morning, friends. Let's get information applied to our game. Awesome. Carter Cartel. Welcome to the stream. I've never seen you here, but appreciate you taking your time out to be here. Let's see here. Shoei, welcome back. Shruti, welcome back. M. Louis. K for Kareem, welcome in. Let's see here. Daniel, welcome back. Sably. Reynol, hey, what's up, man? What time this class ends? This class ends. This is not a class. This is a live stream webinar, but it ends at approximately 9:30 usually. I try to get done a little sooner than that. New ticker MOH. Let's see here. Piton, Marvel, Piton, NEE, KO, Zoom, TDoc, MOH, AMD, Piton, SPG. Space would be interesting. That I agree. When it's the next intermediate, I agree. I already explained that. Worth 1,000,000%. I'm guessing you are talking about the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship course. Thank you for that. Do you use the RSP for your S&P 500 technical analysis? RSP? No, I do not. Looks bullish and has recovered the September sell-off. Yes, that is true. I don't have 10 grand to put in. No, I already answered that. You don't need 10 grand to join. Yes, it is separate. Best thing about the course is getting the video recordings to be able to review anytime a question comes up. That is 100% true. That's, I think, one of the best things too. I'm going off what I heard yesterday. I put in place some hedges. Yep, I definitely do agree with putting some hedges on. Great, some bullish news. Been here for 3 weeks. So nice to meet you. Sorry, man. Sometimes it's difficult. Oh, thank you so much for the $5 donation, JC. Appreciate that. Let's see here. GS. Good morning to you. Let's get this. Yep, let's get it. Okay, so just to get things in perspective here, okay? When the market is this bullish and headlines are bullish, this is when we have to start thinking about hedging, all right? We have had quite a run-up. It doesn't mean that we will just, continue blasting. What I recommend is taking a light hedge. All right, a light hedge. Now, obviously, we're slated to break out, and we are just about to right now. Okay, we just broke out. Just as I said that, we just broke out, okay? So we were kind of squeezing up against this point here, and now we just broke out, right? You can see that. But remember, this is the point where you especially have to be careful, all right? Do not get misconstrued. Now, okay, realistically speaking, where can Nasdaq go up to? I see it heading up to this level here, right? This level, which is the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement zone here. We're looking at this particular level up here for your extension, okay? Now, whether that will happen today, I do not know. We might have one of those super green days. It's highly possible. But at the same time, I think that during midday, you're going to see some people take profits as well, because this has been a buy up. And so people are going to start taking profits off the table, okay? Now, this is usually when retail traders get into the market, okay? Because now they have the confirmation, oh, we are broken out of a very technical level and yada, yada, right? But this is when professional traders are extremely cautious, because now we're starting to enter the realm of expensiveness, right? We don't want to look at this as a point where we want to buy. This is a point where we want to start protecting our long positions and start taking off profits, so that when we take our profits off, we are selling. And who are we selling to? We're selling to the retail traders who are the idiot sandwiches who will buy those overpriced stocks from us, okay? So one man's gain is another man's pain, okay, here. So you really want to be careful up here and be cautious on what you think is going to happen, all right? Because I say manage your risk, and when I say manage your risk, I say take light hedges. How can you take light hedges? I would buy QQQ puts. I would buy, SPY puts or something like that. And right now, the only thing you can do is directly hedge these indexes, okay? By the way, if you're here right now and you're, part of the stream, I'd appreciate it if you take a minute or a second out of your day to just smash the like button and like this video, because that really helps me out a lot. You guys have no idea how much it helps me out, and I would really appreciate it if you could take just a second out of your day to hit the like button. That means a lot to me, okay? So moving on and looking at these pre-market movers here, AMD down about 3%. This was a buy the rumor, sell the news move. However, I am still remaining long on AMD because I actually like the stock and the way that it has been moving. Our ticker of the week, as I mentioned earlier, CRM, just to recap for those people who just joined, got rejected at 61.8. I'm seeing for it to come back down to 38.2 fib retracement here at the bottom of this channel. And sometime at this point here is when it enters this supply zone. It's going to, this was previously a supply zone that will now turn into a demand zone, which will be a dual zone. And so a bounce on this zone here would signal the next upside for CRM, which is where I would take it. I don't want to buy it up here. I would rather buy at a discount, and so at 253. All right. So that's the idea here. Okay. Now, a couple of other things that I'm watching. XOM. I mentioned this on the stream last week. I said the stream has been sold off. It needs a pullback. It needs some kind of a catalyst, right? And so this stock is showing life now, and we should continue to watch this as it approaches this demand zone up here at 36.37. This is where I would probably enter after the break confirmation of this reversal of reverse head and shoulder pattern. There's a kind of a slanted head and shoulder pattern here. You can see that, right? There's a kind of a, let me get my little marker so I can show you what I mean. So you can see a reverse head and shoulder pattern here, which is a bullish pattern. There's a head here, a shoulder here, another shoulder here. This is a slanted head and shoulder pattern, and we have broken out of it, right? This is actually a bullish move to the upside. Okay, what I want to see is for it to break this level here, the 35.83. So the entry point here should be between 36 and 37. This is where I'm looking to enter XOM as a confirmation here. The first wave, we have a first wave of confirmation. Oops. First wave, and we want a second wave confirmation, and on the third wave is where I will start to enter XOM, taking some maybe perhaps next year leaps for the stock up to about $40-50. I want to say $40 calls would be about right. Okay, that's one thing that I'm looking at. Yes, I still have my QQQ bull debit spread. I'm holding those. Let's see, how do you feel about Nvidia? I haven't looked at it. I'll look at it in a second. What best date for SPY hedges today? I would do definitely a month out, a minimum of a month out for those SPY hedges. And remember that you want time value on your side, and what you want to do is pick. So let's pick the hedge together so that we can learn together. Okay, remember this live stream is an educational live stream. We're not here to hand out free fish. I want to show you how I do it. What's the rationality behind it? What's the logic? So that it actually helps you out, instead of me telling you, okay, take SPY puts because I think. No, take SPY puts because of this reason. Okay, so give me a second here. Let me just complete this pre-market rundown here. So Dow Jones, let's see what's moving here. Apple up, traded about almost 1 million shares. Boeing, Microsoft, okay, not too bad. Boeing up just a little bit. Let's see, what about the S&P 500 here? GE, 3 million shares traded and bullish. AMD down a little bit. AAL up 1% on stimulus news. Gilead Sciences. Okay, Nasdaq. All right, and let's have a look at this side here. Ceilings. This one on a potential acquisition, right? Damn, 17%. AMD is apparently acquiring this company. So Ryder, HCA Healthcare, GE. It's funny, these are legit all Biden stocks if you think about them. It's really weird. Healthcare? Okay, healthcare not included. Usually, healthcare is not the sector that you would expect to rally when a Democratic president comes into play. Okay, well, this week, let's have a look at the performance of the market. Here's a recap of the week. Gaming somehow down. Not sure why. Interesting. PepsiCo. Consumer defensive down. Discount stores. Walmart down 1%. Amazon down. Microsoft and Apple down. Adobe. I say it's a good time to go long the FANG stocks. They have been down for a while. Yeah, if you look at it. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, they have been down for a while this month. I think it's time for money to rotate out of the laggards into these leaders, especially since earnings season's coming around. Definitely interesting. Okay, let's have a look. Hold hedges over the weekend or only for the day? Hold it. I'm gonna hold it probably over the weekend. If I buy it today. So remember, I haven't decided what I want to buy it yet, right? Okay, so what do we want to hedge against? First of all, do we want to hedge against SPY or do we want to hedge against Nasdaq? I think we want to hedge against SPY because SPY is pulled up higher than the Nasdaq has. Okay. And Nasdaq's at a key level of resistance here, but it could keep running, right? And remember, we're not going ape shit with our hedges. We're literally buying a starter position, okay? Something to protect our downside if something goes wrong, right? Now, how are we going to do this? So we're going to choose, first of all, SPY. So first of all, why am I choosing SPY here? Because the risk to reward for SPY is higher than the risk to reward for Nasdaq, okay? If you're a mentee, you would understand what I'm talking about. Now, with the Dow Jones is actually the best one to hedge against. But the problem with the Dow Jones, hedging against the Dow Jones, is that it's the 30 market leader stocks. And I don't like hedging against the Dow Jones. I think it's much better to take the SPY's accurate representation here. So let's go have a look at SPY and do this breakdown together. Okay. All right. I'm going to need some of my indicators back here. So let's get these in. Okay, so we obviously know that this level here is a super important level for SPY. Big supply zone, sorry, demand zone right here. Also a dual zone. Okay, so this zone's actually going to be a purple zone. Okay, key level of retracement would be this zone. Okay, that's an ultimate retracement. Okay, and that's a big move down. All right, but intermediate point of retracement would be this point here, 338, right? So we're looking at a pretty penny down here. Let me pull up the option chart on my phone. So looking at SPY puts, obviously these are going to open up differently today. They're probably going to be more cheaper than they are on the option chain. So we want to look at least a month out so that we have some time value. All right. September. Oh, we don't have September. So we're going to have to go straight November. October, November. Oh, wait. September just passed. What am I even talking about? I'm obviously tripping. October, November. So we want to go November straight. So taking these hedges, I say we go November 20th definitely looks good. Yeah, November 20th here. That's pretty decent. Now these are gonna open up even cheaper, remember. Okay, they're gonna open up even cheaper. So what kind of puts do we want? We can go for 340 puts. Those are gonna cost about $1,000. If you want to go for cheaper, you could go, yeah, you can just scale back on the expiry. So if you want to go cheaper, I'd say go November 6th and then get 340 puts instead. That's $767 right now, but you could, it's definitely going to be cheaper when it opens up. I would say get one of them and hold that for a while, right? Just for a pullback. Okay, I will personally be going for the November 20th $340 puts. Those are costing about $968 right now. Yeah, $968. It's probably going to be about $800 or $900 maybe when the market opens, because we're actually about $2 up pre-market. So those are the ones that I would pick. Now let's have a look at the Greeks of those contracts. First of all, nice implied volatility is about 24.5%. Open interest at about 15,600 and a good amount of volume traded yesterday at 8,500 contracts. So I would say this is a decent pick. We want to buy these contracts when nobody wants them, and then all of a sudden they become red hot when the market tanks. Okay, so that's the play here. So I'm gonna put it down in the chat. You can go 1120, 340 puts, or you can go 11. You can go 10. No, 11.6. 340 puts. If it's cheaper, if you want to do a cheaper option, those are the two hedges that you can go for. If you want to realistically get a hedge on SPY. Okay, now. And those will be the ones that I'll buy if I see a huge rally today. Okay, the important thing is I want a very strong push up on Nasdaq and SPY today, so that I can catch these puts at the extreme cheapest price. I don't want to be overpaying for them. Okay, you never want to buy puts on these kinds of things. You want to buy puts on the tops here. Okay. All right, we got that started. Great. Let's get the live stream stuff started now. So let's have a look at the ticker picked for the week. If you haven't voted yet, please put your ticker of the week voted. If you want to have a look at the past tickers that we have done: Chipotle, Caterpillar, Alibaba, Disney, Walmart, Microsoft, Lululemon, XOM, ExxonMobil, CrowdStrike, Starbucks, Goldman, Boeing, Intel, Roku. These are all the ones we've done, and CRM this week. So let's have a look here. PepsiCo, that's a pretty decent one. I wouldn't mind doing that. Netflix, okay. FMCI, SNE, UNH, HII, Piton, Marvel, AMD, Piton number 2, MU, NEE, KO, Zoom, TDOC, MOH, AMD 2, Piton 3, Space, Piton 3 and AMD 2, Piton 4, Piton 4 so far. Uber, Target, DraftKings, CSA. So far, Peloton's winning. New ticker NEE. I like NEE as well. Target, Piton 5. Okay, I guess Peloton's gonna win this one. This next ticker of the week. AMD. We have AMD 3. Interesting. Okay. So I guess Piton can take it for next week. You guys okay with doing Piton? AMD 4, Piton 5, unless somebody votes AMD. You guys, oh my god. SE. Yeah. Let's see here. I thought you said about... yes, we can't do Piton. That's right. It doesn't have any history. It does not have history. It does not. Yes, you're right. 100%. We can't do Piton, guys. It does not have enough history for us to do a fundamental analysis. This is a recently IPO company. AMD, on the other hand, can be done. And I actually wouldn't mind doing analysis on AMD. It's a pretty good stock. Okay, are you guys okay with doing? You guys okay with AMD? Should we do AMD? Nice little cup here forming. Let's see if we can get the handle down. If you are okay with AMD, say fire emoji. And now let's also get at the same time some ideas for the webinars next week. What do you want to see me talk about in terms of the fundamental style of these webinars? So would you like me to cover, what would you like me to cover with the webinars? Okay, new ticker will be new ticker will be AMD then. Dope. Any ideas on the webinars? Fundamental style webinars. Something that is fundamentally based. Do you want me to do one on, let's see. Do you want me to do one on the differences between the indices, maybe? Like correlations between the indices, something like that. You know, understanding how one indices affect the other. Fundamental analysis, income, revenue, cash flow. Maybe I can do one on the indices, and then on Thursday we can do a little bit of understanding income statements. We could do that. I could run down how to you know, analyze a income statement or a you know, implied volatility. You want to learn about implied volatility? I like that. Maybe VIX and VIX, VXX. Yeah, I could also do that. Episode on the importance of the 8 EMA relating to the 50 EMA. That's very specific. Long-term investing for retirement portfolio. That's a great one. Do you guys want me to do that instead on Tuesday? I could do that. Okay, how about this? How about this? I got an idea. We'll do the correlations between indices, or maybe just do a webinar on the indices, and I'll really just go through you know, what the indices are, how they correlate to each other, how you should be watching out for correlations, things like that. Okay, believe me, it'll be interesting. I'll make it super interesting. That's number one on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we'll do one on long-term investing. I'll teach you guys how my active investment to passive investment style is, and I'll go through what my system is. I think you'll find that interesting as well. Because it's going to be a great, okay, great. We'll do that then. All right, then, it's settled. So we'll do Tuesday indices, and then Thursday we'll do long-term investments. 2 webinars done. New ticker of the week is going to be AMD. So I'll go through how you can pick long-term investments on Thursday, and then we'll do correlation of indices on Tuesday. Done. Alrighty. It's locked in. We're Gucci. I hope you guys will attend, and I hope that you guys, you know, appreciate these little tidbits that I put out. I really put, you know, time into them, and I just hope that it helps you out, to be honest. Big changes coming to the stream by the end of the month. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Any and all donations to upgrade the stream are welcome. I appreciate all of the donations thus far. Thank you so much for the $5 donation today. Remember that all of your donations are going to go straight towards upgrading my systems, buying a new computer, buying a new all the new equipment that's going to be required. It's gonna I'm probably going to be dropping, you know, a couple of grand on this, and so anything and everything that you put as a donation down here will be used as you know, input for the stream upgrade. I appreciate every one of you attending this live stream regularly. It really means a lot to me. And I want to say it's crazy how far we have come from having just 5 to 10 people attending the stream to having 80 to 90 to 100 to 200 people coming on the stream on a regular basis. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for attending the stream and being loyal EGA supporters. Okay, so somebody was asking me about Nvidia earlier. So I'm going to go have a look at Nvidia. Nvidia is looking dope. Nice consolidation above the resistance here. Looks like it's going to make another run up here to go up to 580, 590. There's a high possibility that it does that. Options probably going to be super expensive though, so be careful. I would say wait for, yeah, actually it's a good time to enter here, to be honest. But remember, if you're expecting the index to correct here. Okay, so that's tough. I want to say there is a decent risk to reward opportunity here, but you got to keep a tight stop loss. Your stop loss has to be very tight here. So you want to keep it such that your stop loss is that, and this is your profit. So your risk and your reward should be, you know, favoring each other. Yeah, so be careful with Nvidia there. Okay, let's see here. Do you still have when buying leaps? Okay, let me answer some of these questions. Do you think Tesla will break out a symmetrical triangle? Depends on what time frame it is. Symmetrical triangle. You're talking about this symmetrical triangle. I see what you're saying. Is it really a symmetrical triangle though? Well, I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it's highly possible. I would think so. Tesla 450, Tesla 460 for, you know, a month out is probably good. But then again, those options are going to be super expensive. So the thing with Tesla is it's a super volatile stock, which means your premiums are always going to be high. So I expect IVs, you know, to always be, you know, at a ridiculous price point. So that's the reason why I don't enjoy trading this ticker. You overpay for these options now. And then trying to force this into a specific time window is just impossible. So picking this, let's say you were going to say, oh, Tesla's going to break out now. What if it continues consolidating into this triangle, right? So I see what you're saying, but it's just difficult to kind of time it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Are there other tickers besides SPY that could possibly be cheaper to buy, or all priced the same? Are there other tickers? Other S&P tickers. There are. VOO is another one. They're all pretty much priced about the same mark. Let's see here. Ooh, lots of fire emojis. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. SPY just had a golden cross in the last run. Yeah. We would expect a test of 50 EMA next, right? Possible, I guess. Let's have a look. Yeah, just had this. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. That's why I said that's why I picked 340 as the strike. You see that? Michael. That's the reason why the hedge that I picked was a 340 strike, right? And so picking that hedge gives you a decent amount of in the moneyness and extrinsic plus intrinsic mix when you actually get in the money. So I like those strikes for that reason. It's going to bounce off the 50 and then can continue running up here. But it's definitely important for SPY to pull back here so that we can continue running, right? We don't want continued runs without pullbacks because that just means that, you know, it's unstable. So honestly, I'll be watching about 20-30 minutes after the market opens. But expect a pullback. Expect a pullback. Once you see the rug pull, once you see a sell-off, I would say wait for the first wave to be over. Okay, do not jump into the first sell-off wave. Wait for the first wave to be over. Jump into the second wave. So, for example, if you're looking on the 5-minute chart here, right? Let's say you see a sell-off like a right. Wait for the pullback. Okay, wait for the pullback and the bounce on the 200 moving average. And then you enter on the second wave down, right? Okay, this is your entry. Once you can get confirmation. All right, cool. Nose plug TA. Welcome back, An. Appreciate you taking your time out to be here. You busy man. Walmart 145 November 20th. Let's have a look. Walmart 145 November 20th. So this one's also been in a pretty interesting pattern recently. I can't really figure it out, to be honest, but looks like it's also forming like a kind of a pennant here, right? You can see this right here. Let's make this purple, and you can see you can see this, right? Kind of like that. This is a pretty much like a flag, and realistically, you could actually also argue and say, yeah, actually, you know what? I take that back. This is more of a flag. So this is actually more like this. Well, it could be both. Let's just draw this a pennant for now. Sometimes, you know, these things take time. You gotta analyze it. So pennant, Walmart breakout here would be cool. But remember, if SPY is gonna retrace back down, Walmart's gonna go along with it. I would say entry point for Walmart at that point will be somewhere around 139, 140. Above this resistance up here, 139, 140. Yeah, that's the region. Okay, so keep that in mind. Tesla ER on 1021. Ooh, yeah. Are you going to be playing it, Anne? Because that would be sick. Facebook, 270 calls, 1023. Let's see here. I think I entered too early because I struggled a bit. But I'm back even now, and I should be good to hold. Pull out today on next week next week with nice profits, right? Let's see. Facebook 270 calls for 1023. Inverse head and shoulder here forming for Facebook, kind of, right? I would say that you could sell this intraday today. Stock is up nicely after hours. Might gap up and try to run up to 268 here, the previous resistance. I would hold it through the day today and sell it. And then what you should do absolutely is to set a stop loss. You should most definitely set a stop loss. Once again, guys, thank you for attending the stream. If you are here and you appreciate everything that we do here at Everyday Growth Advisors, I would appreciate if you could kindly leave a like or subscribe if you haven't yet. We do this Mondays through Fridays. This is a pure educationally driven stream. We concentrate on giving you market updates and just overall education in general, free education. Next week's ticker of the week, as the chat has voted, is going to be AMD. We're going to be covering the chip making company, which yesterday just released a whole bunch of new chipsets for gaming and computer use, as well as graphics card, with more events lined up through the end of the month. Also, the new webinars for next week we will be doing are going to be indices and their correlations on Tuesday, as well as how to pick stocks for a long-term portfolio on Thursday. So we hope that you'll join us next week for a exciting week ahead. Netflix 1030, 630 calls. Seems like a possible bull flag hitting 546, then 557. Yo, that's a very I'm guessing that you're covering earnings with that call as well, right? Yeah, absolutely bullish here. Yeah, it's already up $6. Okay, I mean, it looks great, and obviously it broke out of this symmetrical triangle that we drew, this pennant. But important thing about Netflix is if it pulls back, you're gonna get an entry again with the indices, right? So your hedge, remember, if you're taking a hedge on Nasdaq and you're expecting the index to pull back, you'll get a better entry. So should you take this now is the question you need to ask yourself. CLX 11621250. I think that's a good entry for Beyond. Give a 0-day lotto. Thanks, T. 0-day lotto I would do on Amazon. Do like Amazon puts, to be honest, on the pullback. If you can get confirmation on a rug pull today, Amazon puts would be nice. It's been failing to break this key resistance here. Can you see this? I think that it can easily come down like almost, I don't know, $30. That's a nice little delta stack. If you take 0-day puts on this, I think it will stack really nicely. That's what I recommend if you're gonna take a 0-day put. Nice risk to reward ratio from the top here to the down. CLX 11621250. CLX 21250. Clorox. This is, oh wow, this is great actually. Oh, this is actually great. I see the nice uptrend. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I would hold it. What is your expiry again? It's 11.6. I mean, I would hold it for sure. Nice volume came in too. OBV hasn't really pointed up aggressively yet. Clorox looks like it might make a run here. It's possible. I want to see it break above this resistance here, though. That's what's important, because it could get rejected again. It has gotten rejected here multiple times now. Once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times at the same zone. This old support is now a resistance zone. So wait for it to break the zone to the upside. That's when you would play Clorox here. A break above 216.50 or so with good volume would be an upside play for Clorox. That's what I would say. Good entry for Beyond again. Let's have a look. Nah, this is now overbought. This is overbought. This is a good stock to possibly get slightly short now. I'm bullish on this stock long term, but at $200, this stock is definitely overbought at this point. Crazy uptrend though. We've been calling Beyond out for a while now. I've been making money on this like just small scalps. That's it. But I wouldn't get in again. Google 1016 $500 calls. 1016 $500 call. Wait, what? 1,000? You mean 1,500? You mean? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you mean $1,500 calls. 1016. You're talking about next week expiries. Yeah, I mean if you're gonna take that contract or you're in it, you better close out by tonight, by today. You don't want to be holding this contract into next week. That's all I'm gonna say. Established downtrend, rejected on this moving averages here. You really want to get out on the rally here. That's what I recommend. You don't want to be holding this for too long. Yeah. Okay then. I feel like we have come to the end of the stream for the week. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for spending the week with us. Thank you for putting your time in. I appreciate all the efforts. And next week we'll be back again with another live stream session. Remember, sign up for the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship course, wave number 10, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, optionswing.com. And I will see you guys on Monday. If Baba gets 302 today, would you day trade? Possibly. It depends. But I think it's had its run, so I would be cautiously, very, very cautiously trading. All right then. Have a great weekend, guys. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys next week. I can't wait for the upgrades for the stream so you guys can finally see me trade, and it will be great. So thank you all for the donations, the love, and yeah, smash the like button one more time if you're on your way out. Have a good weekend, guys. Peace out.